Good evening, everyone, and thanks so much for being here tonight. Um, this evening, we are going to be looking at big picture health when I get the screen up. There we go. Now, just double checking everyone can see what I'm seeing here. Alrighty. So let's get started. Thank you again so much for being here tonight. I know Friday night is a tough night to dedicate a half an hour of your time, and time is precious, and that's essentially what this program is all about. It's making time for your health and showing you how to prioritize your health as well. So I'm really excited to share with you what we've got going on here at Big Picture Health. Tonight is my official launch. I've sort of been floating around for a little while, but this is the official launch. And in particular, we're launching my brand new programs and my app, which is super exciting. But also, I'll be telling you a little bit about some amazing activewear and some absolutely incredible health and wellbeing products because oh, excellent. Tommy's here. Sorry, I'm just checking that because they have really made a difference to my health and wellbeing and to many others as well. So, just a little bit about myself. I'm Kel, 45-year-old mum of a teen and a tween. I've spent 23 years as a health educator, and when I say that, I feel super old. But anyway, that's how it is, and that is life, right? So I spent 10 years working in the fitness industry as well, and generally a fit, energetic kind of person. I think I always have been, and definitely my passion for health and helping people has been something that has been strong and in me for quite a long time. But the one thing I will say to you is that looks can be deceiving, and from the outside looking in, it isn't always what's going on, and this is the case for a lot of people. So I just want to share with you a few of my health challenges and just to give you a picture of, how we can sometimes make assumptions about people's health. So from a young age, basically from the time my menstrual cycle started, I suffered from irregular periods, amenorrhea, and then much, much later on in life, they discovered I had polycystic ovary syndrome. And while I do not fit the bill, the general description of someone who has polycystic ovaries, that's what they discovered, and that certainly wasn't helped by the fact when I was younger, I put myself through a lot of disordered eating, high volume training, high intensity and high impact training for both in the fitness industry and also a lot of representative sport. This led to fertility issues, and I'm blessed to have two amazing children. And there was a little bit of help required for that to happen, but I am really grateful that that could actually happen. And I've also, since having children, had a back surgery. My pregnancies seemed to be the straw that broke the camel's back, literally, and I ruptured 2 discs in my spine, and I spent 3 years just coping and getting by. No one or very few people understood what I was actually going through until I rocked up at the hospital and had a surgery, and they're all saying, well, what's going on? I'm very good at pushing down, emotions and just plowing through. And I think a lot of people do that a lot of the time. After that, I had a gangrenous infection because I had an undiagnosed appendicitis, and that totally messed my gut health up. And since then, I've been suffering from a lot of gut health issues, bloating and sensitivities to food that I didn't have beforehand. I also suffered glandular fever after my children were born, and that knocked me for a 6. And add on top of that, just a random virus at the end of 2019 that literally had me in bed sleeping for a week. It resulted in post-viral fatigue syndrome. So when I went to the doctor and was telling them about the brain fog and the joint aches and the burning feet, and just the absolute lack of energy, I'd come home and just flop on the lounge. This was what they came up with. So I'd burned my body out. all of that, I took a bit of a hit with my mental health as well, because how I cope, or at that time, how I coped, was by doing physical activity. And I actually had to give up netball and basketball and a lot of the physical activities that I was doing just to get by. And I really was suffering. So, people suffer a lot of stress and, mental issues when they can't use those coping mechanisms that they normally do. And certainly COVID has highlighted that for many of us, and it created a whole nother world of challenges for me, and no doubt you as well. So I had to find a way to make it work for me and not against me. I had to really focus in on how I could make my physical, social, emotional, and spiritual determinants of health function in a way that was supportive of me. And so now I can say, I bet that you're hearing, well, what is this all about, Kel? It's not just about you. Get to the point. What it made me realize was that health is bigger than diet and exercise. And I spent a lot of years focused on diet and exercise, but now I've discovered, and it's probably not new to anyone, but I've found some different ways that I can support my health using a multimodal approach that really works. And as a result of that, Big Picture Health was born, because the big picture of health is that we really do need to look at all of those dimensions of health and make sure that we function in a way that we can support ourselves. And so Big Picture Health is all about helping people to rise above the daily grind, feel amazing about being you, and letting you live your role model life. So what's a role model life? For me, this is something that I have really honed in on. Just in particular, I think having children has made me focus on this, but also throughout my teaching career and my fitness industry career. We are a role model whether we like it or not. We don't choose it, but essentially there's always someone looking up to you. My kids, the neighbors are looking up to them. My kids are looking up to me. The people who might be on my team are looking up to me. And this is a function of life. And so what I want to do is create a place where people can rise as role models. There's no age limit. I want to help people who are willing to take action and make mistakes, learn from them, and do what they can to lead their way to a better health and well-being, and rise above the daily grind, being open to new ways of doing life and feeling amazing about being them. And so I suppose what this is all about is understanding that the woman or the person that you are tomorrow actually starts today. So Big Picture Health is all about prioritizing your health, creating space for you to be your best self. It's about leading the way and showing people that it's okay to get outside your comfort zone and make some decisions and take action towards your better life. Being bold and authentic in your actions towards health and well-being, and understanding that we want to use a holistic and multimodal approach to all of that. So this is leading us into the future, YouLift, which will be a monthly health coaching option. I'm going to have mother-daughter programs, teen and tween coaching. There will be retreats, which I'm super excited about, and partnered approach and linking arms with health and wellbeing practitioners and brands. And we're well on the way to developing those partnerships. But ultimately it starts here, and that's what we're on about tonight. We're going to have a look at what Big Picture Health is. So I've created an app, believe it or not. It's all about learning something new every day, right? So I've created an app. And we have a couple of courses on there at the moment, with more loading up throughout the year. And Big Picture Health Basics is just a 5-day introductory course. It looks at your bold, authentic goals. It gives you a stress-less sesh. It looks at your daily grind busters, so practices that you can use to help get you through the daily grind. And it also gives you a pocket pack, and they are guided exercises that will take you through a series of exercises that will last for 10 minutes, and you can pop them into any pocket of time in the day, or you can tack them onto a workout that you're already doing. It's all on your phone and it's in your pocket, ready to use at a time that suits you. Now, there's an introductory offer. It's only $5.97. Okay, so this is super cheap, obviously. And the reason I've done that is because I want to give people a little taste of what it's all about. Then we have the 6-week You Rise Challenge. And so what this does is follow the You Rise core practices and values, which are on screen there. We're talking about Unleash, which is mindful functional movements to bring back your body and body confidence and reduce stress and tension. Raise Resilience, which is discovering simple strategies and tools for stress management and how to make the most of your mistakes and maintain perspective. Inviting Intuition is being okay with doing things that align with your values and beliefs and not feeling guilty about that. Soulful self-care is finding what actually works for you. So finding an authentic self-love plan that lets you prioritize yourself in a way that actually is true to who you are. And then Explore is all about examining and exploring some goals and desires for your future and, pushing yourself outside your comfort zone just a little bit. Now, this is all delivered to you via an app. You will also get, when you sign in for this, one-on-one coaching calls with me, where we can review what you've done in the app. And the app actually will allow you to track what you've done in terms of the course and how you're feeling throughout the week. And we can review that and make some specific tailored plans for you in the week to come. It will give you daily action reminders, and it'll give you access to the Big Picture Health community. And also, it will give you access to the Kel's Big Picture podcast, which will come to you via the app. And I'm super excited about that. I've got some really amazing people lined up to speak to, and you'll get to hear my take on a few things as well. So the launch offer for this is that you, being my first group of people, would be my founding members, and it would cost $297. And when you think about the cost for personal training and health coaching, it is actually really good value, and this cost will actually jump up after our launch offer finishes. Now, there's also an offer that if you bring a friend, meaning that if two of you join up together, and one of you introduces the other, it will cost you $259 each, and I'll give you a 30% discount off our LifeVantage products, which I'll chat to you about in a minute. You get a free Zaya mesh hat, and I'll do an extra PT session with you guys together. If you're local, I can meet you in person, and if you are not local, we can do it online. So what's this other stuff that I was just talking about, Zaya, LifeVantage, and so on? Let's have a bit of a look at that. So like I mentioned in the beginning, it's about partnering. Big Picture Health is also understanding that I can't do it all and I don't have all the answers. I can share what I know, but Big Picture Health is absolutely about sharing with you brands and services that I know and trust. And so I've got a couple of brands that have helped me feel amazing, and plenty of other people as well. And they see health holistically the same way I do, and they're super high quality, which is what I absolutely love. So the first is LifeVantage. And I want us to think about now our modern life. So, modern life in its very nature can create these problems of low energy, brain fog, trouble sleeping, irritable, hormonal imbalance, and all of the things that you've seen on the screen there. Modern life, because of how we roll in the world, can increase oxidative stress at a cellular level. Not only how we live, but where we live. It's our environment, it's what we put in our body, it's what we put on our body, and it's what we do with our body that all create or trigger oxidative stress. Now you can see here that over time, our cells under the influence of oxidative stress basically get destroyed and they don't function the way that they should. And that's what causes all of the symptoms that are on the other side of the screen there. So LifeVantage did a lot of investigation into this, and they discovered the NRF2 pathway, which is a cellular pathway that enables you to fight off oxidative stress. It uses natural products, it's vegan as well, and you may have seen some of these herbs before. The trick here, I suppose, is that they've put them together in a way where they complement and work together with each other, so they work synergistically together. It's clinically proven over multiple trials to reduce oxidative stress 40% in 30 days and 70% in 90 days. And that's pretty huge. Not only does it do that, it boosts the production of enzymes capable of neutralizing the free radicals. And the free radicals are what trigger and speed up oxidative stress and cellular destruction. So in doing that, NRF2 helps us to repair and rejuvenate our cells and clear out all the junk and the toxins. And most importantly, it reduces systemic inflammation, which is the precursor to most of our modern illness and disease. So these are just a few products. There are more. I just want to quickly talk to you about these because these are the products that people are having huge success with. As I mentioned, the NRF2 is the detox or the house cleaner, I suppose. The NRF1 is a really great product as well, and it strengthens and increases the number of mitochondria in your cells. And the mitochondria are the tiny little organelles inside a cell that produce energy so the cell can do what it's supposed to do. So it's like the electricity of the house. Then we've got the probiotic, and many of you would have heard or know about the mind-gut connection, and that many of our neurotransmitters, in fact, the majority of our neurotransmitters, the little messengers that help our body send help our body do what it's supposed to do, most of those neurotransmitters are made in our gut. And if we don't have a good gut health balance, then it will actually reduce the ability of the body to send signals and function as it's supposed to. So the probiotic is a slow release probiotic, gets right down into the lower bowel and releases those probiotics where it needs to be. A couple of success stories here is Kate. After 45 days, these are her results, and you can see that she suffered fibromyalgia, hypothyroid, Graves, and she has had all of those symptoms go. Now, by no means are we saying that those illnesses are cured. That is certainly not the case, but what we've been able to do by using the products is help her minimize her symptoms so she can get her life back. She's got a young bub and she's traveling Australia. She is getting better sleep. Her anxiety's gone. She's more motivated, better mood, and she's got much less pain and inflammation. And as an added bonus, she's got an increased libido. So this is Renee, and I can really resonate with Renee. She's a great girl. She was working her backside off in the health and fitness industry, plus also as a project manager at the hospital. And she was just burnt out, run down, and COVID totally smashed her business. So she started using the products to help with her own health and well-being, and she just noticed that she had an increased recovery time in performance and exercise, and I will totally vouch for that too. More energy, increased endurance and stamina, better clarity and focus, improved mood. And we all know that as soon as we're stressed out, our hair and our skin start to suffer, and she's seen a massive improvement there. Now, she has actually partnered with LifeVantage herself and been able to resign from her job as a project manager and continues to run her online holistic health business and her gym. So this is a bit of my story. You already know about the before. We mentioned some of those things before, but since taking LifeVantage, which basically was from March last year, I saw a huge difference in the way that my body functioned. And literally within 4 months of taking those supplements, I was out and I did a 35-kilometer charity walk in 4.5 hours. And I would never have done that. Literally the few months before, I'd quit playing basketball and netball because I couldn't even cope and my back was terrible. So, you know, for me, that was amazing. And then the weekend after, I went and played 4 games of basketball and recovered like I was in my 20s. And I absolutely loved it. I had no inflammation. I'd previously booked an appointment with my surgeon because the level above my surgery had started to give way. And I've actually cancelled that appointment and have never felt better. And I haven't had any flare-ups since taking these products. I feel much more mentally stronger. I've got no brain fog. I can actually concentrate, and therefore I've been able to build an app, which is kind of fun. And I've got far better digestion, no bloating. I don't have any of the skin reactions and things like that at the moment or either. and my skin has absolutely improved in tone and texture. So I want you to think about, who do you know who suffers from inflammation, joint pain, circulatory issues, high blood pressure, blood sugar or diabetes, autoimmune illnesses, skin issues, allergies, any sort of hormonal imbalance, chronic fatigue, low energy, sleep issues, and all of the symptoms you see there, because they may find that these products can help them. And I've been finding more and more people, or I've been able to help more and more people by just recommending these products, and that's why I've partnered with LifeVantage. And so we are living longer but with a lower quality of life, and what I want to do is live a long and happy life as young as I can, and I think most people can relate to that. Now there's heaps more stories. If you're not sure as to whether or not this stuff could help you, you can also join the Flip It Society and you can check out heaps of other testimonies and experiences and lots more information. So the other group that I've partnered with is Zaya Active, and if you enjoy being comfortable, if you enjoy being supported, and if you enjoy looking good, I can absolutely recommend Zaya. It's on par with Lululemon, Running Bear, and those high-end active wear brands, and I absolutely love it. It stands for everything that I stand for. And even more exciting, I am the worst online shopper on the planet in terms of clothes. Every time I order online, it doesn't work for me. I was very, very skeptical, but they are true to size. They're super soft and comfortable. It supports and stretches in all the right places. It's high quality, lightweight, and super durable. And they've got options for the whole family. So it's not just mum, it's daughters, it's sons, and dads as well. So I've got a little link there that I'll share in the group a bit later on, and you can go in and have a look at what is on offer. But I absolutely love the fact that, you know, you can shop for your activewear with no bra, no joggers, and a glass of wine in your hand. And I hope that some of you have a glass of wine at the moment as well. It's Friday afternoon, it's time to relax, and it's all about balance. So Big Picture Health is all about feeling amazing about being you. And I'm super excited to share what I've got with you. I'd love to connect with you more about this. And if you are interested in any of what you have seen today, so if you're interested in maybe asking some questions about the program, looking at the app itself, and, you know, maybe looking at the product and the activewear, please shout out. I'll be sharing some more information in the Big Picture Health Facebook group, so you can check that out there too. One thing that I will, I've just got a question in the chat. I'll just go for it. Thanks, Rhonda. Yeah, it is really, really good stuff. I'd recommend that you have a look at it. So with the app, I'm doing it just a little bit differently. It's not available through the App Store at the moment, but you can download it onto your phone and you can use it on your desktop via a web app provider, which is something a little bit new. And we're just bypassing the Apple Store and Google Play at the moment. So it is available. And if you are interested in taking a look, I'm super happy to share it with you. I'll share the link with you and you can get in there and check it out. So I'm just going to stop my screen